Beautiful soul. Welcome to my channel. This is our end of days, and that's a DAZE. As usual, no edits here, just one continuous streaming footage. Just to kind of update you, it's a pretty windy day. I have this stabilized with, I don't know if you can see it from here, but the umbrella. So sound-wise, it should be okay, but when there's big gusts, it's going to shake, and there's nothing that I can really do about it. So, gotta be with the earthquakes with me, huh? So, I just kind of wanted to get into it today. Man, yesterday super powerful for me, guys. I had a cleansing experience, and it was just super powerful. So glad. I was a little bit I knew I had to do it, and it's been a while. Went down to the ocean. There were signs like I had to do it yesterday too, because just to kind of state too, today is an anniversary, you guys. It's my anniversary. I have been here on Oahu in Hawaii for 1 year, for one solid year. I got here July the 1st, and today is July the 1st. So I've survived a whole year here, you guys. Like, seriously. Like something else. Like something else. And while I was down at the ocean, I had a really profound experience and realized through a process of simultaneous, you guys, like letting go and embracing, like all in one motion. And I know I say this a lot on the channel, but it is how I operate, and so I don't expect anybody else to, follow my path. People can do whatever they want to do, right? And I'm a good example of that. I can do whatever I want to do, right? It doesn't make me right, doesn't make me wrong. It just means I'm existing as a human being, all right? And in my opinion, that's a part of what being here on the earth is. And if we are enjoying that life, if we are feeling good about it, ultimately, that's a good path, all right? If we're not, or there's boredom, or there's some kind of lack or scarcity, at least for my life, that's when I look within. That's when I look within and see what can I change within myself to make my own situation better. Um, because that's what I've found, is that projecting it outward onto other people, other things, or other circumstances, even if it's true, and I'm not even necessarily saying that it is, but even if it is true, those are things that I cannot change. All right. Or attempting to believe that I can change people or I can change external things is, I think, just kind of going against spirituality in general, and reality too. Like what I've seen too is just there's just so many layers to it, you guys. There's so many layers to it. I can try to communicate it, but I was just going to say how, in like a I've observed other people around here, and there's male dominating forces with their feminine counterparts, and they attempt to control these women. And what I see happening is it's bittersweet, where they do get compliance from them in certain ways, but the feminine is a wily, magical essence. And so disrespecting the feminine is going to lead to what I would say is erratic behavior. And so it manifests as inconsistent control for these personalities. And so these male dominant who want things controlled, they want to do what they want to do, and then they try to force that or use intellectual techniques or their overbearing strength or whatever have you. And it ends up backfiring for them. Like, no matter what it is, it ends up backfiring. And in my opinion, any sort, it doesn't matter. Even I don't want to cast shade at anybody in my past, but previous relationships I've had, the feminine energy was actually more controlling. And I, for every, if I'm pointing the finger, there's several fingers pointing back at me, if you know what I mean. And so I was the one who attracted these relationships with these kind of women. And so I don't even necessarily blame these women in my life for being this kind of dominating, controlling force. It was an opportunity for me to see where I was devaluing myself, where I degraded myself, and was allowing myself to be degraded and devalued. And that's just kind of where I'm at now. Is I'm done with that, And this is part of the cleansing ritual that I had yesterday at the ocean. Was just, I'm done, man. I'm done with that. Like that is old stuff. Um, so it's beautiful, guys. It's beautiful. It's beautiful being on this end of things. And there's personalities and individuals out there who are going to stay stuck in their own shenanigans. And that has nothing to do with me. All right. I'm, if you want to say that, I'm stuck in my shenanigans, right? Just like everybody else is stuck in theirs. And from my perspective, I'm not stuck in my shenanigans. If my shenanigans are not fun, if my shenanigans are not jiving with my purpose, my integration, my continuance forward, then hey, I get to be the one who changes it. I get to be the one who makes effort, who does things differently, who makes a new choice. And this is part of my path here as well, where I'm an example of that then. All right. And if there's other individuals or things who don't want to change, who want to stay stuck in their patterns, they get to watch me change. They get to watch me alter the course of my life. And what I've found is that there's personalities out there who, if they're stuck in blame, if they're stuck in projection, they also are in a horrid state of self-denial too, where they feel powerless, and then they see someone else who does something, who changes their lives. They're like, well, they were just lucky. I could never do that. Or God favors them and not me. Or they were born with something that I wasn't born with. Or on and on and on and on. And maybe there's slight levels of truth to the unique situation that we are all in. But this is also what I always stress on my channel too, and in my life, is that we are all unique souls. And anything that I do, though, any soul can do. All right? Anybody can do it. Like, this is why me and my stance on Christianity in general, who they call Jesus, Yeshua, the real man who was behind this movement, he said, the works I do, you shall do in greater. What he was saying is that anything that I do, any miracles that I perform, you can too, if you do the work as I have. Because there's a huge span of time, all right, where there is no records of this man's life, all right, from his birth up until like 30 some odd years, right, maybe 40, all right. But there's a huge span of time where nothing happens, all right. There's no accounts of what he was doing, what was going on. And this plays, I'm just gonna, I know this is more conspiracy circle related, but to me it ends up propping up the system as it is, all right. Meaning, when we portray Jesus as this figure who is unreachable, like, oh yeah, he is God, in a way where I am not, and I am separate from God, and I am uh, uh, unworthy, of God's love. That is so self-defeating. Like, someone who is in that level of mindset is going to create certain circumstances in their lives based upon their perspective, based upon their emotional resonance, and it doesn't have to be that way. Like, this is why understanding, doing the work, all of this, like the whole shebang, you guys, like, doing it all is where we can find peace, where we can take responsibility for our lives. And it's a little bit cliche in some of these arenas and these spheres now, but we co-create with God. All right, God is our co-pilot. where it's just like, yeah, I don't necessarily even know what I want, okay, like on a lot of levels, but I'm finding out, all right. And by taking responsibility, being conscious, and being a conscious pilot of my own life, of my own story, of my own perception, I am co-creating with God. And from everything that I've learned, all right, about God, this is what God wants for us. This is what God wills for us, is to be conscious. And that when we go further into unconsciousness, it's not that God is punishing us, all right? It's that God is showing us that going further and deeper into unconsciousness when we are conscious beings is it's bad time, all right? Like that's just like I'm just going to kind of say it like that. It's bad time. And if God is experiencing himself or herself through us, right, as human beings, I want to give God a good time, okay? I want to give, like, and so me helping other people experience their lives in a good way, like confirmation, right? Yes, guys, this is why I say it becomes so much easier when we gain like real clarity, where I feel like this false paradigm of, okay, service to self or service to others, you know, and so you're either service to self and you're really just serving yourself and you're super selfish, or you're serving others and so you're focused more on helping the world and eschewing your own needs and wants. And to me, that's crazy. All right, that's a fast ticket to unhappiness, no matter what one does. All right, because we have a bunch of wisdom shared with that stuff as well. Where, right, I'm supposed to put the oxygen mask on myself first. Right? Is that selfish? It depends. Right? Like this is why I say on my channel, guys, there's only one absolute, and there it is. All right. Uh, for my particular stance, this is why I think the balance between being for oneself and claiming responsibility for one's own output is helping other people do the same. And that being and language itself has become so like maddening, it's almost like a lie that's being told through language. And this is why we have to look at what people are saying behind the words. All right, this is why I hope my energy comes across, like the meaning of my words comes across. This is also why I do my best, excuse me, ooh, confirmation burp, to define what I'm saying in my videos and in my shenanigans. All right. So just with all of that said, right? Maybe we'll just leave it at that. For like, this is like, man, I'm just on fire, you guys, just on fire for the truth, for love, like this marriage. Like, I mentioned it. I don't know if I haven't posted the video yet, but there was this long rant I had yesterday before I went to the ocean, and just kind of talking about certain figures and everything. And so I still need to do more research, so I don't know 100% no, but I like the idea of Abraxas. Like, go ahead and look it up, you guys. I won't say too much about it in this video, 1333. You know, right? It's good to do your own research. But the underlying factor that I really like is that Abraxas speaks to the one absolute. It is a whole. All right, it is a whole entire system, organism, way of thinking, and it is apparently paradoxical. And this is why I feel like this has been my way of operating, because to me it reflects the truth. Like, this is why context is so important, because certain things are true within a certain context, but in other ways they're not true. And that's something we just have to discover on our own, you know. Like, because seriously, like, I wanted to find like a real, like, my whole life I wanted to build upon an absolute. All right, like, what are the rules? I just want to know what the rules are. Like, not even the rules, the law, like the true law, natural law. I want to know how things work so that I can build my own perception, my own house, my metaphorical house upon this unmoving stone. All right. And then I can build any structure that I want to. But if I build it on sand, if I build it in mud, if I build my metaphorical structure on something which is not solid, eventually it's going to collapse. Eventually, like the whole structure might sink under. And It's a lesson. It's a learning lesson. Like, there's not necessarily anything wrong with it, but for me, I can skip that step because I see that already. I understand that. If I'm a soul and you believe in reincarnation and all that stuff, I've already lived those lives. All right, I've already done those things. I've learned that lesson. I don't need to learn it again anymore. And in this lifetime, at least, what I've been learning too is that I'm letting go because I've been very empathic, you guys. Part of it's my upbringing from my childhood, maybe stuff that I inherited from my parents, but also a lot of Christianity in general. Like, this is why I talk about Christianity a lot, is that it is kind of turned into this martyristic type of thinking. And so, which glorifies sacrifice of the self. And I don't mean like sacrifices in like, because if you look up like the etymology of sacrifice, it actually means to make things holy, to make things divine, which is totally not what sacrifices become in words, right? Like this is why I think words, man. Like it just we're living in an upside down world already, you guys. Is what I'm trying to say, and that in doing the work, in being honest with the pursuits, from my opinion, right? When we begin to recognize what is true and everlasting and eternal, and we build our houses, our metaphorical houses, upon this rock, this stone, which is stable and always there, like we are actually flipping everything right side back up. Like, to me, this is what the flip side is, all right, you guys. Like, we were born, like, in this earth, in my opinion, all right, like, we were born in an upside down paradigm and an upside down world, all right? And we can flip it back over. We can turn it right side up. And so it might seem like to some people, like I'm flipping everything upside down, right? Yeah. Be like, because basically what I'm saying from the Christian perspective is be selfish, all right? But I'm not saying be selfish, all right? I'm saying be self-centered. And I know that word might trigger some people, right? What I'm really saying is we are only responsible for ourselves as individuals, as an individual human being. I cannot change the world around me at all. There's nothing that I can do about that. What I can change is what's within me. And if I am self-centered, if I'm centered within myself, I would say within my heart, right? What I am doing is taking responsibility for what's truly mine. And in doing so, that's when things can really begin to change. Because if I've taken responsibility for my internal world, that means that I can change it. But if I project that outward onto other circumstances, I can't be happy until this person changes, or that thing changes, or this system changes. Then what I'm doing is prolonging putting it out there, making myself powerless. I can't change my internal world because my internal world's components are dependent upon these external factors. And guess what? Nothing will ever change. And let's say those external factors magically do change, or the world around us externally does change. Then there is this fear of losing it. Because if those external things changed without us doing any internal work, without us taking internal responsibility, it feels like walking on eggshells. It's like, oh yeah, well, things are good now, but I know that they're going to fall apart any second. And even that kind of mindset, right? Then we begin creating circumstances and things which are going to feed into that, and then we'll experience that, even if it's not happening in the external world. Like, this is like the kicker, you guys, where this is where what I would call like internal psychosis, where people's internal world can be so defunct that they can actually have really good circumstances around them. Things can be really good around them externally, but they are not happy. They are depressed. They are sad. They are angry. They are hurt. And it's, from my opinion, all right, from my own experiences in my own life, it's because they're projecting it outward. They're being disempowered, and that there's wounds on the inside of themselves that need to be felt, that need to be claimed, that need to be integrated, and that's a process. And the first process is taking responsibility for it. Rather than projecting it outward, it's saying, okay, yes, I'm the one who's feeling hurt. I'm the one who's feeling these negative feelings. And rather than try to cover them up or use a lot of drugs or distract myself and other different things, I'm going to be present and feel it. And so there's caveats with this too. Like, it can be overwhelming, especially when we're going through a lot of pain. This is why there's supposed to be healing groups. There's supposed to be spiritual groups where we love each other, and we're supposed to come together and help each other go through these wounds. And this hasn't been my experience. In pockets, in small pockets, I've been able to experience that. And I don't know what is for the world. Like, for me, it has been so freeing to be able to experience true healing with God on my own. I don't need anybody. I don't need anything. Now, I love other people, all right? And I do want to offer my help. I absolutely do. And it has to be up to the individual to claim the same responsibility that I have. And so, if there's individuals who are willing to kind of listen, it's not me healing anybody. All right. It's me pointing out something about my own life that I've experienced. And if it resonates with somebody else, wonderful. All right. Then that's up to you to see that this is yourself talking to yourself, and that you and me and us, we have the power to change things. Like this is what alchemy is. This is what true alchemy is. It's taking the wounds in our life and not erasing them. Like there's a Japanese art, and I can't remember, and I would mispronounce it if I tried, but it's this beautiful art form where you take like a vase, all right, or a jar or whatever, and you break it, and then you glue it back together, right? But when you glue it back together, it's it's gold, all right. The cracks become gold, and it becomes like an artwork, a pattern. And to me, this is what alchemy is, all right. It's taking the wounded aspects of our life, and it is turning it into gold, right? Not erasing our past, not forgetting our past, but embracing what happened to us and contextualizing it in a way where we are empowered in this moment. And then moving forward, we have responsibility for our lives. And so, yeah, you guys, and when I was saying that 2212, man, oh man, and it's 2222 right now. Okay, that's good. That's good, you guys. And I talked about the flip side. You guys already know that. I'll leave it there, you guys. Thank you for being here. Thanks for being part of my journey as I'm part of yours. This is so healing for me to make these videos. I'm going to keep making these videos, and I'll be I'll be as consistent as I can be. All right, I want to be more consistent about them, and it's a process, you guys, for me. And thanks for being patient with me. All right. So if you like it, give me a like, you guys. If you want to see more, subscribe. All right, hit that bell notification or whatever the crap it is, right? And yeah, because hey, I'm creating here. I want to see your creations as well. You know, like leave a comment, like tell me what's going on. I love it, you guys. And I'll try to get more. Right, I'll do that here, but I'll try to get more twirl and stuff here, you guys, because it's fun. And in being able to take responsibility for my life and being able to do those things, I can do things which are fun again. Because for a long time, nothing was fun. Nothing was fun for me at all. And I was just surviving. And I think a lot of people can identify with that. And yeah, time to alchemize, you guys. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like this is an idea whose time has come, as he asked me. So, okay, we'll leave it at there. We'll really leave it at there. So, yeah, thanks, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Love you guys. Love you, all right? So peace out. Love within. I'll catch you on the flip side. You catch me.